My name is Mariana Walter. I work at the Autonomous University of Barcelona at the Institute of Science and Technologies Institute, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher there. Yes, I have been working basically on mining conflicts in Latin America and communities that are trying to organize against the extraction of ores in their lands, right? Indigenous, peasants, but also urban areas that are faced with really large projects, open cast projects that have a huge impact in their water sources, also in their access to land and their usual activities such as agriculture or other, even industries, not always peasant or indigenous uses of land. There's many causes at different scales. So, but I think one big thing is, lack of recognition of the ability of local communities to have something to say, to decide in these processes, no? How in these processes communities are ignored. I think this is, without going to the obvious, maybe, criticism to the global capitalism or of the world economic system, I think there's a absolute misrecognition of local communities. Not only indigenous and peasant communities, actually urban communities too. It's like a patronizing situation where they are told what has to be done in their territories. So I think recognition is a really deep thing to be addressed. Well, we at the Institute, we have this large mapping of environmental injustices, worldwide injustices. So we're trying to make them visible by mapping them and communicating these cases, because sometimes there is a lack of information. No? People don't know about these injustices. So we want to make them visible and also try to understand them in a systemic way. I mean, these are not unique cases, isolated cases. Also to show, because some people don't realize this is such a systemic problem. No? This is not only a certain community in Latin America or Africa and Asia. This is happening worldwide, at a worldwide scale. So we want also to work at this scale to show some of the trends and dimensions of this global process, no? Of injustice happening. Well, I think there's sometimes, right now we are trying to make more visible conflicts in areas that are really difficult to get because of language difficulties or cultural difficulties. So trying to get this global visioning of conflicts, or visualization of conflict, requires a huge effort to get to different countries with different cultures, different languages. So I think this is one of the challenges we have, to have a good coverage at the global level. One issue would be, we need to understand that there can be different futures. There's no one solution, one answer, one alternative. We need to really let communities to develop what makes sense to them, in their context, with their culture, with their history, with their practices. So I think we need to change our mind paradigm about, it's like development, no? Like we need to, it's not only think behind the development approach, but also we need to change ourselves to understand that there's different possible worlds and let them happen without imposing our views. Even as researchers, this is a challenge, no? A diverse future, full of different cultures, ways of doing, ways of understanding. I think we need to, understand that there's not one word, but different words that can take place. And we need to, think how this can happen, but it's not us. I think we need just to let that flow in this diversity, let diversity happen.